Okay, so here I am. I have my two sounds. I have one sound that I trigger when I press the square. It moves along to the train sound for as long as that train is playing. So now what I want to do is have two different shapes. So I'm going to copy and paste these parameters here. All right, this isn't the most efficient way to go about doing everything, and all this is red is because it already knows that. So I'm just going to change this to rx2 and change everything here to just 2 to make it nice and simple here. Okay, then inside here I'm going to, well, actually no, here's what I should do. I'm going to change some of the conditions of my, or the parameters here. So I'm gonna keep this at 100. I'm gonna make this at 200, or let's even do 300 there. But then everything else should be the same. And then I'm gonna make another rectangle down here and just make all of these 2s. Okay, again, this isn't maybe the best way to do it, but using the what we already know, this is it. All right, so now I have two shapes here. Okay, so now what you can guess is if I go down here, I'm just going to copy and paste this and then change all these to 2s. Okay, so this is now focusing on my second rectangle, and then instead of train.play, I'll make this bell.play. Okay, so now we know this one I press. Okay, the fill is something that's going to affect both of these, so I would need to change that. But now I press this one, okay, and it affects that. So maybe I'll put the fill here, 255. Okay, so this fill will keep it from changing color. So I do this one, does the train and the animation. I do this one, and it just triggers the bell, and then I click elsewhere, and nothing will happen. Okay. So I have that happening. So now all I need to do is I can just kind of copy and paste this. And I'm going to maybe separate my code in this way, just to sort of keep. So I'm going to change that train to bell. Okay, maybe I'll change the color as well. So I will make this more of maybe a darker purple. I'm just going to kind of randomly put numbers here. In this case, then maybe I could have it move the same way. So yeah, let's see what that does. So now I press this one. And then that's interesting. I know what it should be. So this has to be, I need to change these to 2s. Okay, and then hopefully that will keep it from, there we go. Okay. So notice it didn't move when I clicked it. That's because I hadn't changed those variables. So this is one of the issues with the method I'm using of just all these different RXs and copy and pasting and just having to add the 2s. But now I press this one, and it moves along there. Why didn't it change color that time? Because I have this fill here. Okay, I see me make some errors here and just figure out what's going on. So now press this one. Okay, I press this one. All right, so that's basic idea. Again, I could play around. Maybe instead of, I'll do this train one, maybe I want to make the width get bigger and keep it in place. Maybe I want the whole thing to get bigger, so I'm going to change the height as well and then just reset those when I'm done. Okay. And again, if you could just change them exactly to a different size as opposed to animation, so I could just make this like equals 300 or something like that, but just to kind of show you what we got here. Animation is always fun. So I click this one. Okay, and the whole thing gets bigger, whereas this one, I'm just moving along the y-axis here. All right, so there you have it, how we can trigger multiple sounds, how we can trigger animation based on what sound is playing, and also how we can trigger sounds using mouse clicks within certain shapes as opposed to just clicking anywhere on the mouse or key presses like we've been doing for a while now. All right, so can't wait to see what you did. See if you can make a third sound and have that do something, have some change automatically, have some change with animation. So much that you can do with these basic ideas. Okay, so if you're going to submit that for the music engagement project, make sure you put that in the correct document. Otherwise, you can just submit it in one of the P5 submission documents. All right, looking forward to see what you make.